Good afternoon. It's Michelle with Sacred Spiritual Healer at gmail.com. Just as I begin, the lawnmower guys here. So if it gets too loud, I'll start the video over. We're doing an overall reading for the general collective on the journey, love and relationships, or your connection. Spirit, give us true and precise messages of the overall healing for the Divine Feminine, and then the Masculine, please. Divine Feminine, please. Overall message for the Divine, thank you, and the Masculine. Anything else? So we have two groups for the masculines. I like it. Ooh, and the feminine got the crocodile. Let me grab these. Sorry to reach in front of the camera. So the feminine is the crocodile, and the masculine has a lamb, and another masculine has the hawk. So, the Divine Feminine is very much in her emotion, but almost this is kind of my, like, the hermit stage, where they're just at a pause. They're watching, listening, contemplating their next move. And so they're just waiting in their emotions and kind of transmuting those emotions to what they do or don't need, releasing what they don't need. But if something's, they also are in a space where if they need to stand up for themselves, then they will, or attack, so to speak, not in a literal manner. But they're watching, their third eye is open, their crown chakra is open. They're very much in their emotions right now. We are on the last, or last night was the last of Mercury retrograde. But mind you, we still have the shadow side of that. So while things will start getting better for the next 2 weeks, we still have little aspects. So some still of that emotional stuff still coming to the surface because of Mercury retrograde. And so as it comes up, or as it rises from, you know, little thoughts of things from the past that are still emotional, just heal it. Tell Spirit, thank you, I've healed it, please release. Alright, and send it on its way. Don't dwell on it, don't rethink about it, don't let it drag you down to the depths of the mud. Alright, so the first group of Divine Masculines here, we have a lamb, very innocent lamb, the prey. There's no very much intuitively, and his heart chakra is very much open, and his throat chakra is open. So being intuitive, listening to Spirit or the Divine, their crown chakra, their heart chakra is open very much, and so is their throat chakra. So perhaps they're speaking their, you know, their thoughts, their emotions, perhaps, but I'm not getting much pink or red in here, just a very little bit. So I don't know that they're actually speaking out about emotions, but they are using their throat chakra to communicate with the Divine. And they're doing so from the heart. Thank you, Spirit. So the words, they may not be saying, hey, I love you, or I want to marry you, but the words they are speaking are from the heart. So, okay, I just got to give them a break. So perhaps some of them are not as confident, like that little lamb might not be confident standing up against the wolf, right? So, or against that alligator. So when they speak to the Divine Feminine right now, they're speaking with their throat chakra being open from the heart. So Spirit's saying give them a break because they're trying. All right. The other group of masculines are, they're in an energy where they came up, they hit those emotions during Mercury retrograde, and some of the time that made them upset or mad, pissed off even. And some of them, they were trying to find courage, but they are flying, they're taking flight to the light, and the divine, as we know, the divine feminine is their light. So these hawks here have heard the truth. They have the messages from their spirit guides. They've heard it, even though some of it has made them upset at times. Other times they have had to search for the courage to move forward. All right. Two precise messages, please, Spirit, for the collective regarding the love partnership with the divine masculine or feminine. Today we're going to split it differently again. Top will be the feminines, bottom will be the masculines. Give me the right messages for the feminine, please. Thank you. No. They'll come back out if they're meant to. This is supposed to be in reverse. Okay, divine masculine, please. I don't know why these cards feel huge today when they're not. I need that deck. Okay. So the divine feminine's on top, as we said, and it's no wonder that the masculines that had the lamb, right, would be afraid to speak about their emotions and passion yet, because they're seeing the divine feminine as the page of swords. She's in her truth, she's ready to swing, right? And she's got that look like, go ahead, lie to me. That's the kind of the look she's got, right? And that's about how, right, High Priestess, we know the truth. So if they lie to us, we're going to see right through it. But Page of Swords, she's in her power, or stepping up into it, but as a Page of Swords, she's got her truth. She speaks her truth, she stands in it, and she's going to not stand for anything but the truth. Okay, and we also have that she's being in her strength. She knows her power. She's not afraid to be vulnerable with her masculine, because she knows her strength, she knows her powers. She's listening to the divine, so great spirits. She knows of the connection, and she's keeping it nearby, ignoring the snakes in the grass nearby, and holding on to the courage and strength of her inner self, her higher self. Thank you. She's also the energy of the Emperor, or since it's the feminine, would be the, if this is the Chaser, would be the feminine, or Empress, if it's feminine. But this is the Emperor. So maybe this is your stepping into or holding on to your masculine, divine masculine part of your yin and yang, right? Because each feminine still has masculine and feminine within us, and masculines have the feminine and masculine in them. So masculine energy just the same. A little bit stubborn with the bull here pounding, holding on to that bull. A lot of passion though and belief in this connection. Liz knows the chemical symbol of the science behind the journey in their heart chakra is wide open, and a lot of passion and growth. Uprooted old belief systems have planted other the new beliefs in the systems. Has a lot, not only passion but sacral chakra area is stimulated per se, sexual energy. All right, and we have the Ten of Swords, the ending, right? It's at an end of the being stabbed in the back, the pain, the tolerating all the lies or the different energies, things that came across as painful situations to the Divine Feminine. She's got her sword out and putting an end to that. So it's a Ten of Swords. She may still be holding on that sword, but putting an end to it. Her spirit guides are nearby her, making sure that she's going to still be able to rise again. They're nudging her to say, keep going, don't give up, don't quit. So she pretty much just rolls over, takes the swords out and puts them in the ground, sets her boundaries, saying no more, right? And that's exactly what this look on her face is no, I'm done with that lies, I'm done with this game, mind games. She knows the journey, she understands the science behind the twin flame journey, but she also knows she gets to set boundaries as to what she won't tolerate. Her spirit guides are here defending her, protecting her, and guiding her. Okay, the Divine Masculine is also in his Queen of Swords energies, being stubborn as a bull, putting his sword down, not necessarily yet being in his truth. They're kind of mirroring each other, right? One's in truth and one's maybe not so much in their truth yet, but she does have a little bit of a stubborn look on her face, and so does, with the bull here, so does he. So they are mirroring, and just because so there's just some truth that needs to come out, and that's why she had to set her boundaries and say, come at me with your truth. If you've hurt me in the past, fess up to it, acknowledge that you did this, right? You spilled the coffee, clean it up, that kind of mess. Not literally, but Page of Pentacles. He's focused on his earthly possessions, focused on his coins, thinking, oh, I got to give all this up to go to divine love. It's like they think that they have to choose materialistic things or my divine love. But they are trying to be loyal to this. They know that the Divine Feminine is loyal, and they are uprooting their belief systems, old belief systems, thank you, that have grounded them, that have been solid, their solid foundation for their whole life, and now they've had to uproot it for this journey because of the science behind it. Says that the belief systems that we were raised with were not necessarily correct as to or going to work with this journey. And perhaps being stubborn, maybe he was stubborn, so this particular masculines, either way, they are having a tower moment today or tomorrow. This is like 48 hours, so tower moment, lightning striking your foundation. It was built on faulty foundation anyway. You and the karmic got together, or the masculine and the karmic got together because they needed to learn lessons in love. How to love, how not, what not to do. The sins, the fornication, different things that they had to learn from while they were with that karmic, or other side pieces, or whatever devil energy they had to deal with. Spirit let them deal with all of that while they were living with that karmic relationship, or the baby mama, whichever the case. But that way, when they come to the Divine Feminine, they can be aligned and be in alignment with her level and be done with all that low vibrational energy. So this is the devil poking them along, saying, get going, you keep crawling on your belly until you can stand up to the Divine Feminine. And he comes out of that tower as a King of Wands. So if the masculines are watching and you feel like you're not going to live through this Tower moment, that it's going to break you in two, or you're going to be at rock bottom, you might be, but know that you're going to come out as a King of Wands. You're going to still understand the science behind the journey. You'll believe in this connection. You're going to have your heart chakra open, and in your throne, you will embrace this new belief system, rooted belief system, that will hold you just as strong, if not stronger, than your old belief system did, because the old system and your foundation with the other person was faulty. He is listening to his divine feminine, and through telepathic communication, and he does know that she is the high priestess, that she understands that without darkness you can have no light. He understands that she's studied, and she teaches him the path of this journey of how to truly love and what love really is. He realizes that she is healing not only herself but his inner child also, and he recognizes her for that, which is why he's coming across probably as the Lamb, because some of them may not feel like they're worthy yet of the high priestess. They may see her as an angel or someone pure, and they're getting there. They are transforming, right? Knight of Cups very much was in their emotions. They're coming up out of their emotions. They do want to get control of their emotions, or they feel like they need to control their emotions, so they're not able to speak fully of that, as if it's their truth of I love you, or this is what you mean to me, and so forth, because that's emotion. And so they're trying to control it with this bridle on this trout, but they want to bring you love, and they know that, and that's the truth. Spirit, clarify some of the cards. For the Divine Feminine Spirit, we'll clarify the Page of Swords, please. And Strength. Emperor, please. Four of Swords for the feminine, please. Anything else for the feminine? Okay, just for the feminine spirit, just for the feminine. Let's clarify the masculines. We'll get the cards out and then I'll go through it. Clarify the Queen of Swords for the masculine. It's got a lot to say with that sword. Clarify the Tower, please. Clarify the King. And the Knight of Cups. Anything else for the masculines? Okay. So we're going to clarify the Page of Swords, right? So the Hermit, she's recently been in Hermit. She's gone within. She knows she wants calmer waters. She's healing herself within, listening to her spirit guides on this connection. And she knows that she is the light, and that she has to light the way for him. And she knows that she is healing him from a distance. She knows that the Knight of Cups is, she's in her emotions. She's in her truth, even though at times she may, the truth may sound fishy, but she's very much in her emotions with this, or recently had a lot of emotions with it. She knows she holds the key to his heart, and he holds the key to her heart. Those are the only two keys for this connection, this journey. She is abundant, and her spirit guides are near her. Clarifying Strength card, we have the Star card, because he knows you are the star. You lead him. He's following your light, and even with these tower moments that have fallen and are falling, you rise up above that, and glow. And when you rise up from a tower moment, you shine even brighter. Thank you, Spirit. And they see this about you and are in awe of your brightness and of your strength, of how you just rise up when something happens, and it makes you stronger. You give them motivation or hope, motivation. You will give them a new way of seeing things. Okay, with the Emperor here, we have the Fool taking that leap of faith forward. You know that it's the divine timing, and that others may try to hold you back, but you are going forward. You are going to take this leap and reach for the stars, because you are a star. This is also Aquarius. With the Ten of Swords energy, recently it was the Two of Swords. What was stabbing you back and what knocked you down for your final count was his making a decision, having a choice of two, perhaps, but he was trying to do it blindly and not choose. And so it gave you the Ten of Swords, or felt like the Ten of Swords in your back. You set your boundaries, because in the past he had choices, and you knew he had choices, but he also knew that you were the divine cup. He could see you right there, but perhaps as the lamb, and you were the high priestess, your glow is so high that he may not have felt worthy enough to accept that cup from the divine. And what would he have to do to step up to be of that level, to meet her needs or to meet her alignment? But he does want Six of Cups, that happy ever after. Look at the sun coming up. Your inner childs are playing together. Flying kites, equal give and take with passion, with love and emotion. With the Divine Masculine over here underneath the Page of Swords and the coins and the Hermit. So we got a bunch of cards with these. So this was the Queen of Swords for masculines. Okay. Boy. Okay. So we have here the Queen of Swords. He's being stubborn and not necessarily wanting to give up all his devil energy, perhaps, but he's had to cut things out that no longer serve him. The Three of Cups, the three-party situation, right? And so this came to truth, to her as a message, which is why she had to go in hermit mode and move that way. And it was regarding those choices, once again, just as we saw that she had. But he had the choices, and the divine cups over here glowing, but he couldn't decide, so he was pouting. Four of Cups, making that decision regarding the Queen of Swords, because he knows that she's in her power, she's in her throne, but she's got that sword. What do I do? Type energy. He also knows she's very much abundant, but there's choices to be made. And he wants that Ten of Pentacles with her. He's willing to turn his back now on the karmic, the other choices, and choose the Divine Feminine and earn those, work at earning the Ten of Pentacles and being abundant together. As the Emperor, he's in his power. He is the boss energy. He's stepping up. He's bossing up. He's got that pentacle, and he wants to be loyal and offer that pentacle as a gift or a token of like a peace offering almost. And he's listening to Spirit the way he's looking upward. We did have the Tower moment come in to make sure that he understood the importance of that decision. He no longer can mess with that three-party situation. Alright, so there was fighting, right? She came forth, maybe the karmic announced, said something to the Divine Feminine, or somehow the story came out, but there was fighting and bickering, and the Divine Feminine stood her ground with her sword in the air against the karmics, the other women, or the other devil energies. Perhaps some of these could even represent having to stand against too much work, or, you know, other devil energies, habits, whatever. Four of Swords, he knows that he had to rest. Then once that truth came out, he had to go in to a Four of Swords energy, cut away what didn't serve him, and take a rest to look at things. Also have this is on the Tower. So the Tower was the fat battle of someone finding out about that three-party situation. Just so you know, got that part. But there wasn't equal give and take. There's three people, and so he was trying to split perhaps his pentacles or his gifts among three women. And he knew that one was the Empress, or his High Priestess, and that she was in her power, that she's birthing that new beginning, that start, and she's abundant. She's all four queens in one. And he chose, or knows that's the choice, but was not confident to make it. But he knew he had to put an end to those sleepless nights. When he came out as the King of Swords, that Tower ended his sleepless nights, because all those truths or lies came to fruition regarding his lovers. Some were dead and some still had passion, but he's coming together with the realization that he has to reignite that passion and that light, or that love, for the Queen of Cups, for his Empress, so that the new cycle can turn. The world here is the death of the old cycle with the Tower that put the end to that cycle, and now you have this new start, a new beginning with the High Priestess. It's coming forward with that Trout, taking control, moving out of the moon, the shadow of the moon, and out of the stormy seas towards his Divine Feminine. Alright, so this was the extra for the feminine. Overall, let me just see what's here. Suitors as well. Alright, so your overall for the Divine Feminines was also the, just to continue this portion, was the Three of Swords, that heartbreak that was here, the three-party situation, all the heartbreak that she had to go through regarding sneaky behavior, lies, deceit, theft of identity, character assassination, even lies about her choices from the masculine. Justice came in and balanced that shit out with truth and a new start. Regarding the King of Swords, having strength to move forward, and for her to be the King of Wands energy, or Queen of Wands, whichever. But regarding the connection and the flame, the passion, this communication came forward. She had to have the strength so that the chariot could move forward in divine timing. And Spirit's lighting the way for this chariot to move forward. Thank you. Okay, for the divine masculines, yeah, we have this was in reverse when I pulled it. The heartbreak, right, from the three-party situation. It's an ending to that because the Tower came and put truth to it, so that he was able to. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So Temperance came in and balanced that out, healed. Six of Cups, planting, filling all those cups in for equal give and take, being abundant, although they are filled with flowers, not necessarily emotion. But he's having the strength to move forward and make that offer, the Page of Pentacles, offering the token, asking for forgiveness, so that they can move forward. Spirit gives true precise messages from the fairy deck. These are so beautiful. I love these decks. Look at the fairy on there. Isn't she beautiful? Advice for the collective. Yes. Okay, so for the divine feminine then. Thank you. And masculine. Okay, so this fits perfect. Beautiful when it happens. Beautiful. The Empress for the divine feminines. Time to take action. The power of creativity. Success that allows for a life of luxury. This is abundance. This little pea pod here is, I don't know what it's got in it. Tools. A treasure chest. Abundance. And the masculine's got strength. Why? Because they're a little lamb. They got to go up against a gator. Come on. Oh, look, and this has a lamb in it, up against a lion. The grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges. The power of kindness and forgiveness. Time to embrace how wonderful you are. Yes, absolutely. So divine feminines, we know we have to have mercy on their soul for the things they did, including the three-party situation or the karmic. Because it's divinely written for their lessons that they go through that, and for our lessons that we build up our strength going through what we've had to endure. So when they come to you, remember, it took strength for them to come to you as a lamb. Alright? Namaste. Have a blessed weekend.